Welcome back. Weird, this game only pauses during certain times when you tab out of the window. I knew something like that was going to happen, but I still wanted to try to fight it. Whoa! It's just... That's weird. Is there no friction? There's no friction. Oh, that is weird. Okay. That's not usually how this game works. Ow. So this is a matter of... the time you get here is a matter of how you... How optimally you can move to get through however few cycles. I can't imagine what difference there could be between gold and platinum here. I could have been slightly faster, but I'll get it one more shot. But seems like the difference between gold and platinum here is just slight optimization. Because I don't think there's any way I could get to... I don't think there's any way I could get to the fourth platform here. Realizing that, in particular, that it's so much trickier when you don't have any friction. That is so strange, though. It really messes with me for some reason. Ugh. Darn it! Bounces. I said one more try. I want to try to get a better time and see if that better time was good enough. And if it's not, I'll leave it be. Ah. The lack of friction means that you have to beat the thing every single time to... You need to be in charge of your own momentum the whole time. That was slower! How am I doing how much slower this time? I feel slightly more optimized. Movement in this game, from like in the speedrunning sense, is a mystery to me. I don't really know what it is that makes you move faster in some cases than others, which could be the game being weird and inconsistent, or just me being not knowledgeable enough of things like Super Monkey Ball. Considering how much this game is willing to challenge you for platinum, I wouldn't be surprised if it presupposed some amount of knowledge. Why is it move so fast? I wouldn't be surprised if it presupposed some amount of knowledge, jeez, of tricks from Super Monkey Ball or something like that. Because I know there are some, from moving faster and whatnot. Ah! The reason I made this thing an 8-ball is so that it would look slightly more reasonable, being so heavy. Because otherwise, if it's just a ball of paper, and it doesn't feel right having so little control over it. That's the hardest thing for me. It's a 90-degree turn you have to do. And sometimes I can't move fast enough with the platform. It just looks uncanny to me. Okay. Okay. I'll take your word for it, man. Spinning. Spinning. Cool. Probably can't one-cycle this part. Where are we going? This feels very auto-scroller. Oh, jeez. Fast. Movement. Ah! Gimme! I kind of don't want to do that again because of how long it is. And it doesn't... It feels like such an auto-scroller. We're talking about speed things in this game, but then again, I mean, I'm trying to be fast, so it makes sense. Feels like the only thing you really have to worry about is... In fact, even if you do have optimal movement for these parts here, it doesn't much matter because it's still just on a cycle towards the end. It looks like it's really just a matter of optimal movement into this thing. Yeah, that's the only deciding factor, basically. It's how quickly you can do that part. Alright. This looks fun. What happens here? Is there a gimmick? Oh, that's the gimmick. They move towards me. I was asking how I would move towards that. A change of perspective. Whoa. Ah! It's like a water park, but lava and death. Huh? You know, I don't think I've ever seen that in a game. Like a real lighthearted game. Like even like a Mario game or something. Like for the Koopalings or something. Well, it makes sense, wouldn't it, to have like a... Didn't quite get in there. To have like a water park made of, well, not quite made of, but a water park with a bunch of lava instead of water. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Ah, come on. I know the trick here. There we go. You gotta be on the lookout for ways to check out the game. Speaking of which, actually, now that I said that, there is something I said I would do earlier. Oh, is that another level? Where was it here? There it is. Doing this one legitimately. I kind of like this though. It feels like nothing's off the table. Like you don't have to hold anything back to feel honest in this game. The game actually kind of invites you to use every trick you can think of. This is really cool though. Honestly, if you do it legitimately, I like it this way too. Tumbling. Picking up some speed. Ah. In Kodorimpa, there was always the cop-out of being able to just flick the controller and jump to wherever you wanted, which, I mean, it can be fun in its own right, I admit. I had a few cases where I made a couple jumps just for fun, especially towards the end of my hard mode playthrough, where I made some pretty good ones. It felt kind of cool. I eventually got to where I was kind of nonchalant out doing them too. In this, but the downside then was you could get great times that way, but it was clearly cheating and whatnot. In this game though, no. Everything is fair game, and I like that. Are there meaningful differences between the branches here? Ah! Yeah, it's one of those things that would have felt awesome on the first try. I've made my choice. This is the right... Ah, man. It's hard to judge. That's the good path. Ah. Also though, Kodorimpa, to try to discourage this sort of thing, actually would make you basically... It would make you fall out, so to speak, just from having been in the air for too long. This game, you can fall wherever, as far as I can tell. So you can make leaps. If you can actually get the speed to do it, you can leap from one part of the stage to another. No problem. You have permission, it feels like. Is one way of putting it. And I was the closest, too, the first time. There we go. What? Jeez, game! You don't let up. I've never been so happy to be told to do better in a game. This game respects you. It doesn't ask for unreasonable things, but if you want to be unreasonable, you're welcome to do it. There we go! Now let's play by the game's rules too. To prove we can. I love it though when games manage that balance of reasonable and easygoing for those who want to relax, and yet giving a real challenge for people who want that as well. One game that I think did a fine job of that, even though in a lot of other ways I prefer its predecessor. One game that did a pretty good job of that was actually Mario Galaxy 2. That was one of those games where it was real straightforward to complete, yet pretty rough to 100%. And this game seems by some metrics comparable. Oh wow, that's not even gold! Jeez, game. I thought I was on the fast track there. This game will push you further. Can you do stuff like that? Can I like skip going on the middle platform here just to really optimize my movement? I think I can. I don't know how much point there is. Ah. Keeping up my speed after that to not waste it is also tricky though. Ah, rushing. We're almost done here though with those 7 levels. I don't know if this is good enough for platinum, but it's another one of those cases where I don't know how much better I can do otherwise. It's actually better to slow down a little bit after this part here, because otherwise I'm not in sync with the platforms that come after. Like this here. Seems fine to fall behind a little bit there. That seems good to me. Really? Man, game. You don't let up. Sometimes I get a time that's a lot better than what's asked for gold, and yet I still don't have what I'm looking for. Okay, Savannah. That seems like a downgrade from the volcano from some standpoints, but okay. How long are the... Also, out of curiosity. How does the multiplayer work precisely? Okay, well, right now both these controllers are doing the second one. Oh wait, didn't you have a It's kind of annoying when everything's treated as game over and you just say it. It's not the end of the game. I'm just going back to the menu. That was just multiplayer, not flip, but I think the key bindings here should be... That was weird. Oh. Okay, so it's weird, my controller is set to player 2 for some reason? I don't know how to change that, actually. Not that I have anyone to play this with. I was just curious. This would be fun as one person actually having to change between the controller and the keyboard. That'd be really funny, actually. But, I should do a little bit of arcade, I think. I should probably do the other gameplay modes at some point, too, like Rush. In fact, I should probably figure out what Rush is. I should rush pretty hard, actually, because there's only 1 minute episode left this episode. Is this new music? Oh wow, that's how it works. So you do get extra time from doing these quickly. Okay. This gives us a lot of music, and I am happy about that. Taking me a lot of time, wow. I wonder if I lose time for falling, specifically. This is nice music. For rushing too. But I will have to cut off the episode. I should probably be able to pause the the game, in spite of being in this game mode. So I'll see you guys in the next episode when we conclude this.
Ready? Go!
Bye everyone.